So I know y'all might not care about this, but I wanted to do a breakdown of my own short film. Short film, literally slept in the tent for about 4 days with only a limited amount of food to eat. So when you actually see me eating certain foods
The grind was
or
real.
you know doing something, or you see a certain action, it's not really, it's not fake. It's how I actually felt in that moment.
Little behind the
Because I
scenes.
heard some of the best actors, you know, they actually put the entire, not just, your mental state, but hope you enjoy it though.
All right, check it out, guys.
Alright.
Check it out. 3 weeks after the infection. Earth population 7.8 billion people. Now it's currently at 1.5. There's no dialogue. So that's, basically me checking my ammo, making sure that, I stay safe, because at any time anything can happen. I just came from a run trying to scavenge any, resources or food, that could possibly get. You see me opening the peanut butter and you see me smelling it, because it became something that's super important, because it's something you don't see anymore, so you value the little things. And that's why you see my reaction was so intense with the peanut butter. Get hit of thunder, because the safest place is away from population, which would be like the woods. So that's why I'm in a tent. It's a long day of work. You have people out there, not only the effective, but regular civilians who's trying their best to kill you. Water is not, accessible like you would hope it would be. So you have to really ration as much as you possibly can. So you see me taking a cap full of water just to, hydrate myself. It actually won't even hydrate me. It's to get, just to clear whatever you can, I guess, whatever case may be. Try not to pause it, but But yeah, that's things I collected, like medicine. There's notes. There's, rabbit, squirrel. There's pork. There's meat separated, because there's old water that's mildewed. There's papers everywhere. Just whatever I can find to entertain myself. Basketballs. There's Uno cards that I play by myself, because I don't have anybody else, to play with. And I have tuna, which is something that's, that's definitely cherished right now in this short film. Unfortunately, there's no. Turn my mic up. Unfortunately, there's no can openers. There's no can openers, so I had to basically open it up with a knife, and I'm now draining it, because the juice is used for seasonings. Any other additional foods or vegetables, just to give it a little kick. Yeah. So now I finally have it open, and I'll just go to town on it. You can only imagine that, in a world like that, food is something that's held so high and so valuable because it's something you don't get often. So when you do get it, it's it's kind of uncontrollable. It's hard to control yourself when you're eating it. So you just eat as much as you can, as fast as you can, without even knowing, and you just do what you got to do. Going to town on that. But the problem is, you get wrapped up in eating so much, you forget to ration your food. And now, because I was so hungry, I let my hunger pains control me, and I forgot that I have to ration my water. I have to ration my tuna, and I just went at it, and now it's something I'm going to really pay for in the long run, because everything has to be rationed. So now I'm pulling out molded bread. So, the bread is disgusting. It has mold on it. But when you in a situation like this where food it's not easily obtained, you have to eat whatever you can, even if it makes you sick. I don't know if you can actually see the bread. It looks disgusting, but it's for the video. You know what? I'm actually, I wish I would have kept the other part of this video that I deleted because I discouraged myself. But at least I have this part of it, and I can honestly say, looking back at it right now and reviewing my own video, which might sound as corny as it actually makes me feel happy to know that I actually put this together and I did it. This might not reach that many people, but if you are a creator and you're passionate about it, don't hide your videos, even though you might think it suck, because even if it never makes anybody else happy, it'll make you happy. So right now, I was talking over one of the best parts. So I actually had to urine in a bottle, and to create water, I'm gonna use. Well, I don't want to, display how I turned it into drinkable water. Well, it wasn't drinkable, but yeah, this was that part where you have to recycle, and now I'm starting to come back to my senses and understand that, I blew it with the last amount of water I had. I drank all of it when I was supposed to be, drinking a little bit at a time, but I wasn't able to do that. So now I'm kind of coming back to my senses, and I'm using a shirt as like a filter to filter out the urine. Well, actually, it's not the urine. It's not the urine right now. This is just the contaminated water that I found. Sometimes you might find water in a pond, or you might find it somewhere and you need to purify it, some way. So one way you can do it would be, sorry if my levels is, you can't really hear me, but one way to do it would be to pour it into a cup and let it slowly drip into another cup. And in between that, the water and the cup is fabric. So basically the fabric catches all the dirt and, you know, all the bad things that you don't want to be in the water that can contaminate the water. So you can drink it as pure as possible. It's not going to get the job done 100%, but it is better than just drinking it straight from the pond on your hands. So now this is me going over notes, you know. In a situation like this, you have to stay busy. You cannot let the amount of time you have on your hands control you and force you to go crazy. So what I did was I tried my best to stay busy and to try to figure out how I can reverse the effects of the contaminant that affected. So I studied, I analyzed, I took blood samples, and I tried to, you know, create some sort of a cure for the infected. I wasn't a scientist, but I knew that I had to do something, and I had to, you know, take it as slow as possible to get any sort of result. It was going to be a long shot, but if it meant saving humanity, it was something I was willing to do. The long, lonely nights. But then sometimes something just happens. You bomb and you think you're not getting anywhere. But for some reason, you continue to push. And that's basically what's happening now. You realize that, wait, hold on. Maybe I might be onto something. So now I'm comparing the data, taking old data from years, well, not even years, because it's been a few weeks, but taking data from weeks ago, analyzing it, still making sure I'm safe. And I'm just trying to develop something that can help us, give us an edge, even if it's just camouflage. Anything is better than having nothing. Any hope is better than no hope. So I work day in and day out. I can't believe, like, this is actually my first time. Well, actually, it's probably not my first time. I'm probably watched this video about a lot, but this is me doing the blood samples. So what I was doing was, I wasn't affected by the airborne virus. I was immune to it. Direct contact through a bite or through blood would definitely turn me, but I was trying to take my immunity from the airborne part and try to see if I can develop some sort of a, you know, antivirus or you know, or a vaccine. If that's the, you know, better word, vaccine, you know, that can at least help people. this is where I mix my blood with the affected blood, and then I put it on a separate chemical, which allowed me to determine whether or not, it would be useful. I also had to mix it with another chemical, which is a lot of science stuff, but whatever, it's okay. Yeah, it's all good. So I'm looking for it to turn red, and if it turned red, that means job well done. But it wasn't over, because it's not the first time I got us to do it. But it's hard. It's really hard. So now, after a day of trying to find resources, eating whatever food I can find, I try to go to sleep. But at nighttime is when they come out. So I think you can imagine how hard it is to sleep at, while you hearing screams, you hear things in the bushes and the trees. It could really, drive a person crazy. But you see that contaminated water is, it's clearer. It's clearer, I'll tell you that much. That's why I keep my food, because the rats, the rats it's insane. So I have to keep it high up, because this is the only food I got. So you fall asleep, next thing you know, you have nothing. To help the time go by fast, sometimes I'll play a little ball, I can't, it's no hoop, so all I can do is, envision and just reminisce on good times that I had, playing sports, being active. Definitely was really challenging, being alone and still, pushing to try to do your best and not go crazy. I did have a radio though. Every now and then I'll get a few stations will pop up. And I don't know what part of the world this would, I didn't really, but I know it rained a lot. It definitely rained a lot. Okay, so this is Uno. This is just me, since I don't have anybody to play with, just trying to guess the next card, That was one of the games I did. I'll try to guess the next card, or I will either pull out a card and say whether or not the next card will be higher or smaller. Uno was definitely one of my favorite games before the infection hit. So it always caused a lot of emotion. I hope whoever is watching this, is enjoying it. If you're not, stay tuned. Hopefully I get better, and then there will be one that you will enjoy. But this is the hardest part right here. Being alone, not having anybody to speak to, not having anybody to talk to. Sometimes we say we want peace and quiet, we want a peace of mind, but when it's gone, you realize how meaningful a simple conversation with a stranger was, or with your family member, friend, kid, mother. And that was the end of a Diamond Cup production, The Tent. Alright guys, thanks for watching.